Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day today. Hope everyone is having a great week. Uh, Today, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the month and the year that I was born in. I was born in the month of July 13th, 2000. To tell you the truth, I really enjoy the month and the year that I was born in because, first of all, July is my favorite month of the year, not because it only has my birthday, but it's also right smack dab in the middle of summer, which is also my favorite season. And the year 2000, it's really cool to be born in the year 2000 because I could say that I was one of the select people to be born in a millennium. And it's also very helpful when someone asks me what my birthday is because I could just tell them exactly, I could just do the math really quick. For example, 2020, I'm going to be 20 years old. 2021, I'm going to be 21 years old, and so on, which I've always found to be really cool. But today I'm going to give you guys a rundown of everything of importance that happened in the month of July 2000 to show you just how many different and interesting things can happen in just over a month. We'll be talking about the events that happened in the world, that happened in the US, respectively, along with the entertainment, music, and sports. I chose these points because I saw them as the most interesting, and I see them as a very diverse selection just to show you just how much could happen in one month, actually. First of all, I really want to talk about world events. On July 1st, the Øresund Bridge opened up, which connects Sweden and Denmark. It's the longest road and rail bridge in Europe. It was the longest up until 2019, and I found that to be very cool that it opened up on the month that I was born on. Another cool thing that happened was that Vicente Fox Caseta was elected in Mexico, and this was the first time in 71 years that an opposing party won against the one that was running through Mexico for over 7 decades, which was pretty cool. It shows that how long a country, how far a country could go, and maybe one day the United States could follow them. Uh, Another unfortunate thing that happened in the month that I was born on was on the 25th when Air Flight France 4590 crashed and there were 113 fatalities. Yes, very unfortunate. Rest in peace to all of them. But some important things that happened in the U.S. was the civil unions in Vermont, and I found this to be one of the most interesting because they were the first state in the country to allow the same legal rights and responsibilities as marriage to same-sex couples, which just shows how far we've made it to now. Anyone can marry anyone, which I find to be very awesome, very motivational. Anything could happen. Uh, it happened on July 1st, and on the 25th, George Bush unfortunately named Dick Cheney his running mate. Yeah, so they ran together through 2000 and 2008, and now we know that Dick Cheney is one of the worst vice presidents of all time. He was criticized for his actions while in office, such as his role in the war in Iraq and his use of torture tactics, which I found to be pretty disgusting. But moving on to entertainment, J.K. Rowling published her fourth Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and this was the only Harry Potter book to win the Hugo Award, which is like the best science fiction book of the year. It was the only Harry Potter book to ever win that, which I found to be very interesting. I would think that more than one of them would have won that. But another thing was that Walter Matthau died at the age of 79 on July 1st. He was the head coach in the original Bad News Bears, and he was in the critically acclaimed movie The Odd Couple. And another thing that happened was that Jennifer Aniston married Brad Pitt on the 29th. I knew that they married and it didn't end so well, but I never knew that they got married the same month, the year that I was born in. So that was pretty interesting to see. Moving on to music though, Coldplay released their debut album Parachutes. It went number one in the UK and Norway and went platinum in over 12 countries, including the US. Uh, Eminem released his probably his best album in my opinion, Marshall Mathers LP, and it was the number one album during the time I was born, and it was on the top of the charts for over 8 weeks. Uh, Another interesting thing that I saw was that a man named Harold Nicholas died at 79 during the month. He was a part of the Nicholas Brothers dance team with his brother Fayard and was known as one of the best dancers of all time. Uh, in sports, the Euro 2000 final happened on the 2nd of July. Uh, David Trezeguet scored a goal in extra time to win it all for them. France is one of my favorite national teams, so that was pretty cool to see. Uh, the birth of Zion Williamson happened on July 6th, and he's one of my favorite players in the NBA now. He went to Duke. This is a Duke shirt. He went to Duke and was drafted number one overall by the New Orleans Pelicans. And he was born only 7 days before me, which I found to be pretty cool. And also, Tiger Woods won his first U.S. Open, and he was the youngest golfer in history to win all four of the professional tournaments, which I found to be really cool. So, so there's so many things that you would never know that would happen in your month of your birthday, and I never knew what happened in July around the world. So it was so cool to also be born in the millennium actually, because we could just see like it feels like it's just like a new start. 2000 had the Y2K scares and all that, and it was just really cool that I was born in 2000 and I could just start my life right from the start of that. And uh, I always found that to be very inspirational to me because I could really, it feels like I'm like starting it with the world. So I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all later.